Alright, we are going to talk about the wild, weird, and wacky functional constituency. Not that the voters themselves are that wild, wacky, and weird, but the design of this, these constituencies,
kind of,
and the people who try to run for these seats, can appear quite weird.
It was more exciting than calling it miscellaneous.
I mean.
And they are kind of bizarre.
Yeah, talk about the oldest one.
Yeah.
The Heung.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heung, no contest. The king is dead.
You think our international viewers will understand what is Heung, right?
I think so, because there are things like it in other places.
Heung is the Chinese pronunciation in English. No, English pronunciation of the Chinese character. I'm sorry, I mixed it up. But you see how confusing it is. Heung is village, right? Yi is actually discussion.
Yeah.
So it's the Village Matters Discussion Council.
Yeah.
If you translate directly.
Yeah.
And if you go, have you been to the Heung
the offices?
The offices?
With the statue?
With the statue and the video.
No, I haven't seen the video.
Yeah, they said that their rights are actually from the Qing dynasty.
Yes, I've heard an argument that there's a claim,
and it's already past colonial days.
Yeah,
and now we are into the basic law regime, right? And they're still talking about our rights are protected by the Qing dynasty laws.
Yes. Well, I've heard there's also an argument that the second treaty that extended Hong Kong beyond Kowloon also said that
that's the Qing dynasty thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, why don't they dress like Qing dynasty people then? In the legislative council election.
But I mean, in all of the New World, there's this issue of so-called aboriginals, and these
Heung executive council members, some of them, still said that the British government robbed the land.
Yeah.
And now, even if we return to China, the Hong Kong SAR government also robbed the land.
Yeah, they've been.
The land does not belong to Hong Kong people.
Yeah.
They belongs to the Heung.
Go figure everything north of Kowloon is theirs.
Anyhow, it's an uncontested seat. Is Lau Yip-Keung.
And the old guy's, son now got the seat. So basically, he just handed off to his son, and everybody went along with it. So
speaking of land, I always found Abraham Rojek, functional constituency, the real estates and the property development guy.
Yep.
It's another weird choice.
Okay.
Yeah, he is
uncontested.
Yeah, he is obviously the developers.
Well, that's who he represents.
Spokesperson,
yeah,
right?
Of course. Yeah, that's his seat. Yeah, of course.
And he seldom talk about developers' issues.
Yeah.
Because he spent most time in the education panel.
Yeah, he's really passionate about it.
Yeah, so
he's an odd.
He's very interesting.
He's an odd character. I mean, he's the only one that regularly, well, not regularly, but he's the only one that speaks in English in LegCo from time to time when he's making one of his presentations. He delivers some real barnstormers. He's a delight to interview because he's hilarious. I mean, he's very colorful.
Only for English-speaking media, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, is he different with the Chinese media?
He never accepted my invitation.
Really?
During my 10 years media career.
Huh.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
No, I mean, we've interviewed him before. He's very entertaining. I mean, it's hilarious. I mean,
I know, but he is friendly to
smart
English-speaking media.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And he's erudite. I mean, he was pulling. We were having a discussion. He was pulling up Francis Bacon and all these philosophers. I mean, he's willing to do that. So that's how he's.
So he works for the wealthiest of the wealthy people,
the big developers.
And then let's try to move on to the not so wealthy people, the labor, right?
Yeah, labor.
Labor is a strange functional constituency. They are the only functional constituency got 3 seats. In one sector.
Yeah.
And you know why, right?
No, how'd they get away with that?
It's a compromise between the communist-related
unions,
like
the FTU,
with the colonial government. So they come up with we have to have 3 seats. So this and the labor unions, the left wing in that sense,
right?
In the 70s sense, decided that they will split up the labor union seats, and so you got 2, I got 1, and something.
Okay,
like that.
I mean, it's weird how much of our modern legislature is dominated by these bizarre, half a century old political considerations like agricultural and fisheries.
Yeah.
Like really, the massive, the big farming community and fish. I mean, anyways, it's totally out of whack. Anyhow, so Labor's got 3 seats. What's going on there? Uncontested, uncontested, uncontested.
You got also the import-export, which is also uncontested.
Yeah, Vincent Fang's back for another round of that.
Oh, no, Wang Dingguang.
Oh, Wang Dingguang. Sorry, I got Vincent Fang and something else.
Yeah, Wang Dingguang is actually back.
Yep. Okay.
Seriously, I think he should just pass on his baton, but finally is the sector
they just bring him back.
It's the sector related to us.
Yeah.
The publishing, cultural, performing arts, and
publication,
sports.
And sports, yeah. Look at you all sported up with your Brazil look there. So sports, performing arts, culture, and for me, publication. Right? I got a newspaper license, believe it or not, which is again relics of the 50s. Anyhow,
you have the incumbent who who used to help a lot of mainland China's movie to come to Hong Kong.
Okay.
So he is the left choice.
Yep.
And
who's running against Ma Fang Kwok? We got Chow Pak Yin. Tell me about Chow Pak Yin.
Is pop star manager.
Oh.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, pop star manager.
Okay. And popular. Like it's hard to tell when you're like sports. So how do you survey something like this? You run over and talk to the sports people, and sports is a weird one. Like I mean, for example, let me give you a weird example of like sports associations that have votes. The Hong Kong Curling Association. Curling, Olympic sport, and there's a guy who's like with rocks and brooms and ice. Nobody's ever curled before, but there's a guy who ends up. I know. Well, no. Here's the thing: some real Canadians now are trying to get some curling going. And there's this guy out there who's the chairman of the Hong Kong Curling Association, and even though nobody's ever curled in Hong Kong before, but if you can run that, then you get the votes. Anyhow, there's piles of that stuff in sports, and then you got performing arts, okay, and how those goes with sports, and then culture, whatever that is, right? And then you've got publication, which includes everybody from people like me to people running major newspapers. I don't know. So I mean, I don't even know what's going on. I guess I technically could vote in that one if I got around to it, but I didn't bother. So I'm going to be voting in the district council second as my functional vote, like most of you, and we can talk about that tomorrow.
All right, see you tomorrow, and thank you, Mr. Andrew Work, for his great work. Okay, thank you.
Hey, my pleasure.
Okay, leave your comments below on how do you think the functional constituency, especially whether you think they're weird, they're wild, or they're wacky. Leave your comments below. Thank you, and see you tomorrow for the last episode of this 5-part series. Bye.
Right, see you then.